Hey DIYers, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to do a fun, simple, and easy project that anybody can do. That means you, and should be able to get it done under an hour. What is it? It's replacing your exterior garage light fixture. This particular model here, I didn't buy at the big box stores. I actually got it at a lighting store. And a little later in the video, you're going to see a square caulking outline on the brick, because this is actually the second light. The first one broke within the warranty, so they gave me a new one. So this one actually was a replacement. But the features I liked about this light was, one, it came with a photocell, which means it comes on at dusk and goes off at dawn. No more wondering if you left the light on during the day, if you didn't leave it on at night. It does all that for you. Second thing I liked is it takes an LED bulb. That means it's going to be a brighter light and the bulb's going to last longer. This particular model also has a dimming motion. Third thing I like is it's got a motion sensor. So how this light works is you can adjust your zone for the motion detection up to about 40 feet. The light comes on at dusk, and you can set it to stay in the bright mode up to 6 hours, and then after that 6 hours, or whatever time frame you choose, it goes into dim mode. Then it stays in dim mode until it detects motion within the zone that you've set up, and then it goes back to bright mode. It stays in bright mode as long as it's detecting motion, and for up to 3 minutes after it doesn't detect it, then it goes back to dim mode. So before we get started, there's a couple safety rules we need to follow. And one is go to your electrical box, turn the power off so you don't get electrocuted. And two, all you have to be able to do is know how to match black wire to a black wire, a white wire to a white wire, and the ground to the fixture itself. It's that simple. So let's get started. In case you haven't noticed, I've got some new shirts here. I got the DIY on them, and then this one, electrician, fitting for what we're going to do. I'll have a link down below if you'd like to get some. I've got other designs. Also, I've got Instagram now. You can follow on there. It's mainly for my products that I'm putting out, but I'll also have some clips on there from the projects I'm doing. So, enough with the advertising. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get the box opened up. So take a utility knife, cut the tape. Right there where I'm pointing is where the glass is, so be careful. It's basically the cardboard box, the glass, and then the styrofoam. Inside you'll find the instructions on how to mount the light and program it, a bag with all the wire nuts and bolts that you need. As I get it out of the box here, you'll see that brown box, that's your glass. So be careful when you're cutting that tape away and don't drop that box, because that glass will break. Don't ask me how I know. Now what we have here is your mounting bracket that we don't need. That long wire I'm undoing is the ground wire. You got a black wire and a white wire. And that's stranded wire, so I'm twisting it so it's good and tight. Now I'm taking the nuts off the front that are mounted to that bracket that we don't need. Save those nuts, you're going to need those. Some tools you think of you need will be a Phillips screwdriver, something to stand on, a torpedo level so you can get those mounting bolts good and level, some sort of wire strippers or cutters. I'll have links to these down below, and there'll be affiliate links. Now on the outside here you see that white box. That's where the old caulking was from the other light. I have tape over it so that the box didn't get water in it when it rained. And then those two studs sticking out are your mounting studs. So basically your box should come with screws. And you'll put your plate on here and mount that. Screw that in, make that tight. Then there's two screws here to set the mounting plate itself. And so basically what I did was I put this on here, got it where it was, I wanted it level, tighten this center screw, and then tighten this other set screw. As far as these mounting screws, this is where a little bit of trial and error comes in, because you've got a length of them, and you don't want them too long, you don't want them too short. Like I say, you don't want them too long or too short, because you got to put this on through those holes, and you got to have enough sticking out so that when you screw on the little nuts, you got enough to bite to and enough to get it tight. But if you got too much out, you'll bottom out and you won't have anything to screw to. So that can be a little tricky. And basically I got it set where I wanted, and there's a screw on the, or a nut on the back side and a nut on the front side, and you just tighten that nut up and it gives you everything you need. So I'm going to tap this a little bit just because it's only off about a 1/16. Most people will be like, it's okay. If you've watched my channel any at all, I'm too OCD. I'm going to tap on this and try and get it perfect. I had these set, but honestly I think they're just a hair too short, because when I put them on, I'm tightening them up pretty tight to make sure I got enough. Now, one thing to note is don't tighten these screws too much, because it's going into plastic and you'll strip them out. But I got just enough play that I'm gonna try and tighten this up and see if I can get rid of that. So let me loosen this ground wire, because as you'll see, I'm gonna use that to hold the light up. And then the other thing I need to do is pull my wiring out. So I'm going to show you how to use these little wire strippers. It comes stripped, but it's not very much. I want a little more. So the wire itself says 18 gauge on it. So this is an 18 gauge wire. And if you look on here, you got your 20, 22, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10. So what you're going to do is put the wire in there, clamp it, twist around, pull it off. So this tells me 18 gauge. Most of your wire, it might be hard to read on the black, but on the white, the wire should have on it. So like look at an extension cord. Take your extension cord and look on it. It'll have stamped on there the gauge and everything. So kind of makes it somewhat idiot proof. And the 18. Clamp, twist, and pull. Now the reason I want more is because these wire nuts, I want to make sure I got plenty of good contact, because that wire that's in the house is stiff, solid copper. And so I'm going to twist this around it and then put the wire nuts on it. Now I'm just making sure the wires are all twisted up nice and tight. Nice is they soldered this ground, which makes it kind of nice. What we'll do is we'll hook black to black, white to white, and then the ground to ground. But like I said, I'm going to take the ground here, wrap it around, tighten it up. Now I can let this hang. It's not that heavy, so I can let it hang. Just keep my ground out of the way. Okay, white to white. So I'm going to take this and just wrap it around. If you put them side by side and try to do it, it's just going to scrunch it around there anyway. So I'm just getting ahead of the game. Put the wire nut on, twist. Just like that. Black to black. And these wire nuts do correspond to the gauge of the wire you're hooking to. So if you go into the Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards, whatever you have around you, and go to the electricity or electrical aisle, you'll see different size of wire nuts. So all I got left is this ground. All right, so now we got all that done. Now all we got to do is push the wire back in there out of the way and mount it. Let me get the mounting nuts and we'll finish. If your wire nuts come off when you're doing this, that meant you didn't have them on there very good. Okay, get everything out of the way. Just like that. I like this much better. That little bit of extra stud length helped much better. Now I'm not going to caulk all the way around, because if for some reason water gets behind here, I want it to have a way out. I'm going to use this masonry tape. This is a little tadpole. I can leave a link for you. It's kind of a nice little tape cutter. And basically I'm going to mask off so I don't get caulk everywhere on the brick. So I'll tape all the way around four corners. I'm getting the tape right next to the old caulk lines, and I'm pushing it in really well into the mortar joints so that when I do the caulking, it doesn't ooze underneath there. I use this because it's an elastomeric, meaning it stretches. And this one's what they call a 920 class 35. And like I say, in my caulking video I have coming out, I go through all the differences in the caulking. But I have a very small tip. And remember, when you're doing this, it may not seem like you're putting enough on there, but when you go to tool it, you'll get more. See? Got that much left over. There we go. Pretty as can be. This will shrink, and so it'll look even tighter. Thought I'd go ahead and show you putting the glass in. It's got a textured side and a smooth side, so naturally the textured side out. And there's clips down in here and up here. The clips down here are bent down flat. So basically those top clips are already bent. This will slide up in there. The bottom ones are flat, and I'll just bend them over. Okay, we're all done. We got it all hooked up, caulked, ready for power. So let's go turn the power on, see if it works. Voila, it works. See there, I told you it was simple, easy, something you could do, and it can do under an hour. Added benefit is, it spruces up the outside of your house up just a little bit. So if you like this video and want to see more, click the subscribe button and the bell notification down below. I thank you for watching. If you want to help support the channel, go to my Etsy store and pick up some DIY shirts. And until then, we'll see you on the next video, and thanks for watching.